Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of LJ Hooker Real Coach Realty, I'd like to bid you a very warm welcome to our auction here this morning. My name is Steve Mutton and I'll be your auctioneer for today's sale process. This morning's auction will be quite simple. I'll be going through and reading the terms and conditions associated with residential real estate for Queensland. Then I'll be going through the contract and mentioning the more prominent items that need to be mentioned. And then I'll give you a brief tour and mention the more salient features of the property. All bidders this morning, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any interest, I want to make it very clear you need to register your interest and you need to go and see one of our LJ Hooker representatives here this morning to do so. I will also make it clear, and I'll mention it again in the terms and conditions, that if I do happen to have a bid on behalf of the sellers, I will very clearly note that, and we will be having two bids on behalf of the seller today. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the knockdown price will include GST, as there is no GST applicable to the sale of this property this morning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the conditions of sale by public auction for real property in Queensland are as follows. The highest approved bidder will be the buyer, subject to the reserve price, which I do have here in my pocket, and obviously the seller's approval. A cooling off period does not apply for today's sale. Finance clause has been deleted from the contract of sale. The building pest inspection and pool safety clauses have been deleted also from the contract of sale. All bidders, as I mentioned before, must be registered. The auctioneer may register a person as a bidder only if the person has provided his or her name, address and satisfactory evidence of their identity. Bids will only be accepted from registered bidders. Bidders may use the numbers identified provided by the auctioneer to make a bid during the auction. The seller may bid either personally or by a representative. If the seller or the representative bids for the property, the auctioneer must announce to all other bidders that the bid is made on behalf of the seller. The bidder warrants their ability to enter and complete the contract of sale in accordance with these terms. Any person bidding on behalf of another person must provide the auctioneer with a copy of their written authority before the auction. Otherwise, the bidder will be taken in to be acting on their own behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know I do have one bidding authority for this morning's auction. The auctioneer has the discretion to refuse to accept any bid from any person. A bid will be taken to be accepted and irrevocable unless the auctioneer immediately after it is made refuses it. The decision of the auctioneer is final in all matters relating to the auction, and no bidder has any right of recourse against the auctioneer or the seller. Without affecting condition 12, if there is any dispute over a bid, the auctioneer may A. reopen the bidding and resubmit the property for sale, starting with the highest bid previously accepted, or determine the dispute in any other ways the auctioneer considers appropriate, and my decision is final. Immediately upon the fall of the hammer, ladies and gentlemen, the bidder of the highest bid accepted must sign as buyer the contract of sale in the form displayed or circulated with these conditions of sale and pay the deposit to be nominated to the deposit holder. The deposit payable on the contract of sale is 10% of the successful bid or any other percentage or figure nominated in the contract of sale. The seller and the buyer agree to sign all documents and do everything else necessary to transfer the property to the buyer. The seller and the buyer each appoint the auctioneer, their agent, to sign the contract of sale on their behalf. The appointment is non-revocable. If the buyer does not pay the deposit at the seller's option, the result of the auction will be treated as invalid and the property may be resubmitted to public auction at the risk and expense of that buyer, or the seller may affirm the contract of sale and pursue their legal and other remedies against the buyer as they see fit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they are the terms and conditions associated with the sale this morning. We'll just go through and mention we do have a residential real estate Queensland contract on display today. And I'll just go through and mention, look, our sellers are David and Sandra Sample, and the agency is obviously LJ Hooker Real Coach Realty. We are selling the property here today, 23 Yellow Parade Coachville, and it is on 550 square metres of land. It is also known legally as Lot 23 on deposited plan 645321. Ladies and gentlemen, the settlement date has been adjusted from 42 days to 35 days, and there are no other special conditions associated. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a 10% deposit on the fall of the hammer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say about 23 Coach Parade Coachville here? It is a lovely 3-bedroom home, renovated over the last 5 years with 1 bathroom, off-street parking, very close to the schools, as you know. The kitchen is quite modern. It's got stainless steel appliances throughout, and the bathroom was renovated only about 18 months ago. We do have off-street parking, as I said, with tandem car parking here, but the most important thing about this property is its proximity to the public transport schooling and shops. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. I won't be saying anything else other than now calling you, it's over to you, calling for bids and offer and open to start me away. As I said, all bidders must be registered. You need to register now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, bidder off to start me away. Somewhere around the 900s to go. We'll have 900 anywhere. 890, 880, I don't mind. You say it, I'll take it. Who's going to start me away? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll make it nice and simple here. I'll start the bid with myself on an auctioneer's bid at $800,000. So at $800,000, I'm fairly bidding off at an $800,000 to call here now. At $800,000, $820, thank you, sir. At $820,000, I'm fairly bidding off at an $820s on the right-hand side here. At $820, sir, make it 40. At $840, I've got. At $840,000, I've got $840s to call. At $840, 50. At $850, I have there now 60. At $860, I've got. At $860,000, I'm fairly bidding off at an $860s to call. At $860, 70. At 70, I've got 80. At $880, I've got there now. At $880,000, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't have to be a 2-horse race. We can turn it into a Melbourne Cup. At $880,000, it's with you, sir, and it's against you and everyone else here. At $880,000, I'm feeling $885. At $885, I have there now. At $885, make it 90, sir, if you wish. $885's the bid. At $885,000, I have. At $885,000, and I'm going to call it 3 times. At $885,000 for the first time. At $885 for the second call. At $85 for the third final call. We all done? Just pause with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just check my instructions with the seller. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the seller's made it very clear we are on the market. We are playing for keeps, we are selling. At $885, the bid's with you, sir, and it's against everyone. At $885, they've got the keys, you don't, sir. At $885,000, I've got there now. At $885, I've got make 86 if you want. At $85, sir, there's nothing a lot worse than driving home with a cranky woman. At $886. At $886, we've got 87. At $887 there now. At $887, make it 80 if you want. They're the lucky numbers, 888. At $887, I've got here 888. At $888,000, I'm fairly bidding off at 888's the call. At $888,000 for the first time. At $888, second time. Now's your chance. At $888,000 for the third, final time. We are selling, going, gone. Congratulations, sir.